Hello and welcome to our podcast on How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Today we'll be discussing 10 of the most important lessons from this classic self-help book, and we'll be sharing stories and analogies to help illustrate these key points. The first lesson from the book is to show genuine interest in other people and listen to their perspectives. This is an important lesson because it can help you build lasting relationships with others. For example, imagine you meet someone new at a party. Instead of talking about yourself and your interests, you could ask the other person questions and listen to their answers. By doing this, you'll make the other person feel valued, and they'll be more likely to remember you in a positive light. Another important lesson from the book is to use people's names and give sincere appreciation to build lasting relationships. For example, imagine you're at work and your boss compliments you on your work. How would that make you feel? Probably pretty good, right? That's because we all like to be recognized for our hard work and accomplishments. By using people's names and giving sincere appreciation, you can make others feel good about themselves and build positive relationships. The third lesson from the book is to avoid criticizing, condemning, or complaining. This is an important lesson because it can help you avoid conflicts with others. For example, imagine you're working on a group project with some coworkers, and one of them makes a mistake. Instead of criticizing them, you could try to offer constructive feedback that will help them improve. By doing this, you'll avoid creating resentment and maintain a positive working relationship. The fourth lesson from the book is to try to understand the other person's perspective to avoid conflicts. This is an important lesson because it can help you resolve conflicts and build stronger relationships with others. For example, imagine you're having an argument with your partner about where to go on vacation. Instead of insisting on your own choice, you could try to understand why your partner wants to go to a certain destination. By doing this, you'll show that you value their opinion, and you'll be more likely to reach a compromise that works for both of you. The fifth lesson from the book is to admit when you are wrong and avoid arguing to maintain a peaceful conversation. This is an important lesson because it can help you avoid unnecessary conflicts with others. For example, imagine you're having a disagreement with a coworker about how to approach a project. If you realize that you made a mistake, you could admit it and try to find a solution that works for both of you. By doing this, you'll show that you're willing to work together to find a solution, and you'll avoid creating unnecessary tension. The sixth lesson from the book is to start with a positive note to keep the other person open-minded. This is an important lesson because it can help you avoid creating a negative atmosphere when discussing difficult topics. For example, imagine you're giving a presentation to a group of coworkers, and you need to offer constructive criticism. Instead of starting with a negative comment, you could start by highlighting something positive about the presentation, and then offer your suggestions for improvement. By doing this, you'll keep the other person open-minded and receptive to your feedback. The seventh lesson from the book is to give others a sense of importance by letting them feel that their opinions matter. This is an important lesson because it can help you build stronger relationships with others. For example, imagine you're working on a group project, and one of your coworkers suggests an idea that you're not sure about. Instead of dismissing the idea, you could ask them to elaborate on their thoughts and explain why they think it could work. By doing this, you'll show that you value their opinion and make them feel important. The eighth lesson from the book is to avoid telling people directly what to do. Instead, let them feel like it was their idea. This is an important lesson because it can help you avoid creating resistance when trying to influence others. For example, imagine you're trying to convince a friend to go see a movie with you. Instead of saying, "Come see this movie with me," you could say, "I'm thinking of going to see this movie. What do you think?" By doing this, you'll make your friend feel like they have a say in the decision, and they'll be more likely to agree to go with you. The ninth lesson from the book is to try to see things from the other person's point of view and empathize with them. This is an important lesson because it can help you build stronger relationships with others and avoid conflicts. For example, imagine you're having an argument with your partner about how to discipline your child. Instead of insisting on your own approach, you could try to understand why your partner feels a certain way and empathize with their concerns. By doing this, you'll show that you value their opinion and make them feel heard. The 10th and final lesson from the book is to praise others' efforts and try to inspire them to do better by setting a positive example. This is an important lesson because it can help you motivate and inspire others. For example, imagine you're a manager and one of your employees has been working hard on a project. Instead of simply acknowledging their efforts, you could praise their work and encourage them to continue striving for excellence. By doing this, you'll show that you value their contributions and inspire them to keep working hard. And that concludes our podcast on the 10 most important lessons from How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. We hope that these stories and analogies have helped illustrate the importance of these key lessons and that you'll be able to apply them to your own life to build stronger relationships and influence others positively. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.